Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Off the Board. Now, today I am using this pen. It's kind of like an art journal page, but I'm going to use it as a scrapbook layout. So I'm going to do some painting. I've pulled in some black. I also pulled out a couple of die cuts. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am taking some acrylic paint. This is Liquitex Basics acrylic paint. I bought a mini set of them. It came with a variety of colors. That way I could try them out and see if I like them. I actually bought them a while ago when I started my art journal, which is not something I share a whole heck of a lot here on YouTube. So yeah. So what I'm doing is I put down the three colors, the red, the yellow, and the orange, and I am just using a dry paintbrush. It has not been wet yet, and I am just doing the colors on through here. Now this is one of my art journals, and I'm just looking for a place to put the paint. So some of my art journal pages are finished, some of them are not. I decided to put the paint on this page because it kind of is like a fire and ice type thing. And I am taking off the globs of paint that were still on my paper and getting them, the big globs off and putting it here in the art journal. Now, do you have to do this? No. Did you have to put so much paint on your original paper? No. You do you, right? Like whatever makes you happy, however your project makes you happy. And then I was going to close the book, and then I was like, whoops, hey, ding dong, you don't want to close the book. The paint's wet. So the paint is still wet right here. I'm not going to do anything to dry it. I'm just going to let it dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to start working on the other part of the layout. So like the foreground part, right? Where the photo and the decoration and the title and the words, all that stuff goes. So I cut down the photo of us down to a 4x4 square because I had a lot of roof in my original photo, and we didn't need a lot of roof. So I am going to place my photo directly over top of another black and white paper, and then I end up going for yet another basic gray paper. The first one had too much pink in it. Now in the inspiration, my pin inspiration, I guess, there was pink, but I didn't go pink. I just went red, yellow, and orange. So I ended up taking this piece of basic gray pattern paper and tearing the edges. And then this is also a piece of basic gray pattern paper, and I'm going to place that down. I am going to pop up my photo here on some fun foam because I'm thinking I want to tuck things under my photo. So like I said in the inspiration piece there, it's not a layout, right? So even though I'm kind of following the aesthetics of it, I'm still going to make it my own. And how I'm going to do that is I've pulled out a couple of die cut boxes. So this one right here is my Pink Fresh box, and it's weird because I sort my ephemera and die cuts kind of how I feel. I also have ones just for travel and floral. But Pink Fresh has its own kind of feeling. It doesn't really play well with others in my mind to like group the die cuts together. Not that I can't mix the die cuts because I'm obviously going to do that here. But when I'm sorting them and when I'm thinking about them, they don't play well. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head, at least. So I've pulled out black and white things. I've also pulled out some yellowish things, and I'm wondering if I need to put anything up there in that big white expansive space. Ultimately, I decide I don't need any die cuts up there, which makes me happy because, you know, didn't really need it. And now I'm just going to build and decorate my page. So that enjoy today tag right there actually had a tag hole on it, and I didn't want it to look like a tag, so I'm going to camouflage it with a label and the red, yellow, and orange bit of that kind of color wheel thing. Now I'm messing around with this piece right here because I'm thinking it's going to go a certain way. But, you know, I mess with it a little bit until it, you know, it feels good. So this says, ready for the weekend. And then I'm trying to figure out where that have fun is going to go. It's going to go on the page. I just got to figure out where it's going to go. So I end up switching up the tag piece right here. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should put it over here and cover up and make that cluster a little bit larger. So I do, and I like it. And then I flip it over again because I'm trying to decide if I need to put this other half of that label strip down. I'm also trying to be careful because some of the paint is still wet. Some of the paint has since dried, but not all of it. And then I just decide to place that over on the other side of the photo. And then I'm going to pop up my title as well. Now, the reason why I'm popping up the title is because it is going to overlap my photo. And remember, I popped that photo up on some fun foam. So I need my title to be on the same level. Otherwise, it's going to be leaning. And nobody needs a leaning title in their life, right? No, there's no need for it. So I'm using some tiny pop foam squares. And I'm just filling in the areas that will not be on top of the photo, and then I add a little bit of adhesive to the part that is over top of the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and place that there, and I'm happy with it, and then I'm going to put down the have fun. Now, I felt like something needed to go up here on this little black and white pattern paper, so I'm trying to figure that out, what that's going to be and where the have fun is going to go. Now the have fun does kind of blend in to that pattern paper. I am okay with that. It doesn't need to be like smack down in your face. So yeah, it's fine. But now I am going through my 49 and Market, my pink, orange, yellowy bits, and I'm just trying to figure out what I can use, because remember, I didn't go pink, so I don't want to pull in the pink bits. I'm just pulling in the other bits. So I have these two circles that I'm going to layer up right here, and I figured I've got half a circle poking out anyway, so I think it is totally fine. And then I'm going to I'm adhering down below the layout, but you guys can't see that. I might need to adjust my tripod again because I feel like it moves. It's like dances across the table sometimes. So now I've got those circles up at the top, and I'm going to pull out my Tim Holtz tiny word stickers, not the snarky ones, because this is not a snarky page. This is a lovey page. And then I'm going to use these just because words, and I'm going to overlap it right here because I feel like that just pulls that whole clustery bit over there together. Otherwise, it just looked like the color wheel was just kind of on top of some papers. But now I feel like it's a cohesive moment. So I pull out some enamel dots. These are from a fall collection from Echo Park, and I'm going to use the entire line of this kind of dark red color. I am going to cluster, got a little bit of paint on my finger, because like I said, it is not, it's not completely dry yet. I am going to cluster them in threes, but then of course there are not an even amount or an odd amount for me to cluster all of them in threes, so I just throw a couple extra ones on there where I feel like it looks good. And then this section underneath right here, this paint is dry, so I'm going to add my journaling to that, and it's just saying how much I enjoy Christopher, and he's my best friend, and I will always choose him to have fun with, because that's just the way it is. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's missing something, and I realize that it is missing black splatter, because it definitely had black splatter in the Pinspiration piece. So I go ahead and grab my Dylusions black splatter, and I just splatter that about the page. Now the inspiration piece also had a doodly border around the outside, but I don't think that this layout needs it, so I am not going to do it. There it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for Off the Board today, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.